Okay, so as promised, I am now telling y'all all about my reason for leaving Los Angeles and moving back to Louisiana. You got to forgive me if I'm a little shaky. I just had the largest New Orleans iced coffee I think I've ever had, so bear with me. So first and foremost, I never really fit into LA and the lifestyle. I had a lot of fun. There was several moments that were just unreal. And I know that I've had experiences that, I dreamed of as a kid, and I'm really grateful for that. But being from Louisiana and, the culture here, it was always really hard for me to adjust to life there. And don't get me wrong, I think LA is great for some people. It just, in the end, wasn't right for me. Not to mention that I experienced some really traumatic events that I won't go into detail about. Nothing to do with anybody y'all know me to be affiliated with, just certain life events that was hard to come back from. And, every time I would come back to Louisiana and then I'd go back to Los Angeles, I'd just break down and cry. I hated leaving my family. I hated, knowing that I was going back there and feeling so alone. And it was funny because, you're in a city surrounded by people, and to still feel so by yourself and isolated was just too difficult for me. Someone told me once that you move to LA if you like the isolation. I don't like isolation. I like being around people. I like, experiencing, the spirit of a city and the soul that comes with it. And, there's no place that's got soul like New Orleans or Louisiana in general. So that was a big draw for me to come back to. But I think the biggest kicker was last year I lost my mama. That's Louisiana for grandmother. But I was so far away, and I remember the weekend before she passed, my sister said, you need to make sure that you make that flight. It's getting close. And I would call and they'd put me on speakerphone, and I'd talk to my mama, and I'd say, Mama, just hang on for me. I'm coming home. And when I woke up, Monday morning was my flight, and I saw that my flight was delayed by an hour and a half. And as the plane was landing, I got a text from my sister, and she said, I'm so sorry. She held on as long as she could, but she just couldn't hold on anymore. And that was probably the most difficult point in my life, because all my mama ever wanted was for me to be back home. She wanted her whole family to be together. And so I got home, we had the funeral and everything, and I think that's when initially I really realized that I shouldn't be that far away from home. And so recently, another person in my family got really sick, and it was terrifying. My sister called me and she said, you need to get home. And I could tell she was crying, and I knew that it was going to be a really rough situation coming back to. And I prayed the rosary my entire way back home. I'm not necessarily very religious. I am very spiritual. I believe in God and everything, but I prayed the rosary my entire way back, and thank God everything was okay. But all I could think the entire way coming back here was that, oh my God, it's going to be a situation just like with my mama all over again. And when I realized that, I said, that's it. I can't do it anymore. I can't be this far away from my family. I can't be, you know, in a place where I feel alone when I know that I have all the love that I need here. And so that was my moment that the wheels got in motion, and I decided I was moving back. So I was here for a couple weeks after that and went back to LA and was prepared to start packing up and everything. And what happens? But I get the flu. That would only happen to me. But thank God for my sister who flew into LA. She packed me up in like a day. And I hopped on that plane, and I have been back since Monday, April 29th. And I don't know what's next for me. I don't know what job I'm gonna find, what I really want to do. Y'all all know that I'm a huge advocate for Louisiana, always repping, but we'll see. I'm gonna continue to do my videos. My content is definitely gonna shift into more wholesome, like family content, because my family means everything to me. I'll be doing my cooking videos and everything. But I hope this clarifies everything for everybody, and that brings more understanding as to why I'm back. I couldn't be happier. I am in my happy place, and looking forward to showing y'all more of the place that I call home. So I'll talk to y'all soon.